Welcome back to Hobart-Detter Field, everybody. Steve Carpenter with you. We get set for game number 2 of this Jayhawk West set. Seward County in extra innings. 9 to be exact, defeating Hutchinson 7-0. All 7 runs coming in the top of the 9th. And now Jose Reyes with the pressure on for the Blue Dragons in this 2019 Jayhawk West race.
This is Jose's brother
Miguel, I did it again. It's Miguel Reyes, my bad. I am out of breath coming from upstairs. Or from downstairs. So here we go. In game number 2, Miguel Reyes needs to have a big one today in keeping the Dragons right in prime position. Reyes, 1-3 record, a 5.36 ERA. He was a 8-game winner last year. A pitcher with tremendous stuff. Just hasn't had a lot of luck, but some of it his own doing.
Game 2 starters brought to you by Equity Bank for Seward County. Cruz Shope leads off, he's in left. Batting second.
We'll get to the lineups here as we get going. Let's get you Seward County's lineup first. Leading off will be Cruz Shope for Seward County, playing left field. Batting second, the designated hitter K.P. Werner. Batting third, the first baseman Cade Werner. Third baseman Benny Ayala bats fourth. Batting fifth will be the shortstop Jose Caraballo. He had the game-winning hit in game number 1, or the go-ahead hit. Zane Alexander bats sixth and plays center. Right fielder is Ben Choi. He bats seventh. Joe Kuhn catches and bats eighth. And Cason Haggard bats ninth and plays second base. We'll get to the Dragon lineup here between innings. So here we go, game number 2. Dragons needs this one in a pretty big way. Doesn't knock him out, but it sure makes the job a lot tougher. Ball 1 outside to Shope. Shope 2 for 5 in the first game. Fastball from Reyes for a strike, and it's 1-1. 1-3 record, 5.36 ERA, making his 11th start as Reyes. He has 3 complete games. The pitch. Did he go around? Yes, he did. On that nasty slider from Reyes, Shope couldn't check, and it's 1-2. 15 to third innings. Pitch 47 hits, 38 runs, 57 strikeouts, but 21 walks. He's also hit 8 batters and pitch inside 2-2. Opponents, though, hitting only 234 or 244 off of Reyes. Check that, 229.
51 in the third inning, 57 strikeouts and 21 walks.
90-plus mile-per-hour fastball plus slider. 2-2 pitch. Strike him out on a fastball. 1 away. That time Miguel just reared back and fired. Went up the ladder and got Shope, so just like the first game started. Now K.P. Werner, the designated hitter. Werner, 1 for 5. But that one hit was a bases-clearing 3-run double that broke the game open for Hutchinson. Breaking pitch for a strike in her half, 0-1. Wind blowing in. Can we have that rain delay? Fastball off the plate wide, 1-1. Mark Lytle behind the plate here in game number 2 for the umpiring crew. The big righty kicks and fires and blows a fastball by Werner, 1-2. The pitch, foul tipped. Cut it. Means 1-2. Miguel Reyes, 8-3 as a freshman, 1-3 so far this year, 9-6 record, a 4.95 earned run average. He has 116 career strikeouts for the Blue Dragons. He is nearing the top 10 in that career category.
Their game one starter was excellent. Jake Buns, a big 6'5" lefty.
Here's the 1-2. Curveball swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts to start for Reyes. 2 away for first baseman Cade Ward. Ward started off the 9th inning before the rain delay with a leadoff single off Zach Furniture. Moved up to second on a wild pitch, and then the rains came. He was in pinch ran for and left the game at that point. That's up the middle, and will skitter into center field for a hit.
Right back over the top of second base for a hit. And the Saints have one on with 2 outs for Benny Ayala.
2-out single for Ward for the third baseman, Benny Ayala. Ayala in the first game, 1 for 5. He is tied for 7th in the Jayhawk with 13 doubles. 287 batting average. A wind in the pitch. Nasty slider for a strike. Swung on and missed. With the wind, it's not altogether comfortable. The decent-sized crowd we had before the rain delay has, most of it has departed. 0-1 pitch. High pop. Right side toward the line. Ryan Moritz goes into foul territory but can't come up with it. Defensively, the changes in the lineup for the Blue Dragons. Let's talk about the outfield first. Riley Metzger in left. Jeremiah Caesar in center. Will Reitz in right. The big changes for Ryan Schmidt come in the defensive alignment on the infield. Dylan Nedved making the start at third. Logan Sartori at short. Ryan Moritz at second. Zane Schmidt is at first. Zach Baxley behind the plate. And the pitcher is Jose Reyes. Ward at first, 2 away. 0-2. Move over to first. He's been with us for most of the year. Blue Dragon baseball broadcast. We've lamented the 2-out issues Miguel Reyes has had. Again, he allows 244 opposing batting average. There's a swing and a miss things. Or we'll talk more about Miguel when he comes back out for the second inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left after a half inning. Seward County 0, and the Dragons coming up. Here's a Blue Dragon lineup very quickly. Will Reitz lead it off and play center field. Logan Sartori will be at short and bat second. Zane Smith bats third at first base. Riley Metzger will be the left fielder batting fourth. Dylan Nedved bats fifth and plays third base. Zach Baxley behind the plate batting sixth. Zion Boland's the designated hitter in this one. He bats seventh. Ryan Moritz at second base bats eighth. And Jeremiah Caesar bats ninth and in center field. So Cole Evans gets the start. Hometown product from Liberal. 2-1 record with a 4.2 earned run average. 47 innings pitched, 50 hits, 31 runs, 22 earned, 56 strikeouts, and 21 walks. He has allowed 5 home run balls. And he'll face a Blue Dragon lineup that was held to a season low 3 hits in the first game. Will Reitz 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, and he walked once. Reitz now for their updated numbers hitting .293, 9 home runs, 27 RBIs. Strike at the knees, a fastball. Blue Dragons softball underway out at Fun Valley. No score, bottom of the second with the Tabor JV. Reitz swings over the top of that off-speed offering from Evans. It's a strike. Seward County starting pitchers have been solid all year, especially King and Evans. The 0-2. Breaking pitch a little bit low. 1-2. King struck out 9 and 8 innings, or it struck out 10 and 8 innings in the first game. Allowed 3 hits and no runs. The pitch. Reitz hit for a nation-leading 23rd time. This one on a 1-2 pitch. So Reitz gets on the Blue Dragon way. 23rd time. That leads the country in hit by pitches. Can you name the other 2 Blue Dragons who have led the nation in hit by pitches? I bet you Denny Steckline can. Here's Logan Sartori. Sartori 0 for 4. I said, can you tell me who the other 2 Blue Dragons to lead the nation in hit by pitches are? Because Will is leading the nation right now. That's one. The pitch. Upstairs. 1-0 to Sartori. Matt Jones is one of them. And 2 for 2. Brandon Doherty in 2005. Decent lead over first by Reitz. The pitch. Pitch taken a little bit low for a ball. 2-0. The skyline ever changing with this storm system moving through. Right now the field itself shrouded in sunlight, but just off to our north and east, pretty dark cloud bank. Sartori's updated numbers, 326, 9 home runs, 45 driven in. The pitch. Strike on the inside corner, 2-1. Sartori was taking all the way. The wind blowing directly in from center and left center out of the northwest. Here's the pitch. Big cut and a miss by Sartori. And it's 2-2 now. So Evans nibbled and got behind 2-0 and has challenged Sartori on the last 2, and the count evens at 2-2. Reitz 4 steals and 7 attempts this year. The pitch. Low ball 3. Full count. After Sartori will be Zane Schmidt. Now that sun, the outfield, is all of a sudden gone into shade, especially right field. Here's the payoff to Sartori. High fly ball to right center field, now being pushed into right. Choi makes the catch. That thing started out going to dead center field and wound up in right where Choi makes the easy catch. Hitting the ball in the air today is not going to get you much. Dragons need to make an adjustment. Now Zane Schmidt. He had a double in 4 trips in game number 1, including a strikeout. Schmidt now hitting a team high 384, 16 home runs. That leads the conference, 3rd in the nation, 47 RBIs. That's 4th in the conference. Ball 1 to the freshman from Kearney, Nebraska. Kearney Catholic product. Played for one of the state's better Legion programs. Move over to first. There's a story in the Hutchinson Collegian, the school student newspaper, about Zane. Talked about his hockey prowess. Played a lot of youth hockey in the Kearney area. The pitch. Schmidt takes one toward the left and fouls it out of play. Count evens at 1-1. Zane now with a team-high 58 hits. Tied for the team lead with 51 runs scored. He's tied with Sartori. The pitch. Outside a fastball from Evans, and it's 2-1 to Schmidt. Blue Dragons softball has finally broken on top against Tabor. We'll keep you up to date. Again, that's on another link. No play-by-play with those broadcasts today. 2-1 pitch. That one's hit well to center. Drifting back is Alexander. It'll drop in front of him. Heading to third is Reitz. And they will put the brakes on there. It'll be a long single for Schmidt. He crushed the ball, but the wind absolutely knocked it down. And I think Alexander even got a bad read because it actually landed in front of him. Reitz goes first to third, so the Dragons have a scoring opportunity with Riley Metzger. Before Riley's injury, he was the team's leading run producer. Just 4 RBIs since returning 9 games ago. Metzger hitting .367. Fastball over but low for ball 1. Riley in the first game, 0 for 4 with the strikeout. Time called before or as the pitch is thrown. I'm not sure if that was Riley who called it, but Mark Lytle jumped out and called time, so it's no pitch. If you're seeing some extra movement, you might be getting a kind of a double whammy. If you're used to our broadcast, you're used to the net being in front, right in front of the camera. But the press box is rocking today. Here's the 1-0. Strike at the knees, outside corner, 1-1. Mark Lytle, a very deliberate strike call. He will talk to you right away. He'll tell the catcher and hitter if it's a strike, but he takes forever to throw that right arm out. Schmidt away from first, safe lead. Reitz at third. Here's the pitch. Swung late and missed, and it's 1-2. Before Riley's injury, he had 31 RBIs in his first 24 games. Check that, 23 games. And the injury to his hand, he was out, missed 10 games. Still working back into shape. Rain starts to sprinkle again here at Hutch. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Might have chased one out of the zone, but Metzger strikes out for out number 2. And that'll bring up Dylan Nedved, who needs to come up with a big 2-out hit. Nedved, a first inning single in game number 1, and extended his hitting streak to 12 games. It's his second 12-game hitting streak of the year. Nedved 1 for 4, now playing third. And the wind has really picked up again as this latest little cell's coming through. Now Evans steps off. I mean, the winds just got increasingly gusty as the skies darkened again. There are all kinds of cells popping up all over from the Gulf all the way to the Canadian border, according to the radars. The pitch to Nedved. Checked his swing on a breaking pitch, low, ball 1. Dylan now hitting .318, 3 home runs and 40 RBIs. One of 3 Dragons with 40 or more runs batted in. The pitch. That one shot down the right field line, hooking foul. A normal day, that's dropping in, but the wind, again, pushing it in from center, left center. It just kept slicing away from Ben Choi. He couldn't chase it down, but it also wouldn't stay fair. So now it's 1-1 the count to Nedved, a future Iowa Hawkeye. Now the 1-1 from Evans. High fly ball right field. Choi going back toward the line now. He makes the catch. And the Dragons strand a couple here in the bottom of the first. No score through 1 here at Hobart-Detter Field. This is Blue Dragon Baseball. Jose Caraballo lead up the top of the second. Gets Miguel Reyes, and he hits one down the third base line. That's a foul ball. Good play over there by Dylan Nedved, but Mark Lytle calls it foul, and properly so. Caraballo had the go-ahead hit in the ninth inning once the game returned from the rain delay. Slapped a 2-1 pitch to opposite way down the right field line. That scored the pinch runner, and Seward County went on to score 6 more after that. Breaking pitch inside, and it's 1-1. Wine to the 1-1. Nasty slider for a swing and a miss and a strike, 1-2. Reyes owns a win over the Saints. Won it here last year. I think I said earlier that Dragons took 3 of 4. That was actually a split series with the Saints last year. The pitch foul back out of play. 1-2 the count to Caraballo. Caraballo was 1 for 3 with a strikeout RBI and a run scored. 1-2 pitch. Slider. Didn't miss by much. 2-2.
So last year, like this year, they played extra innings in game 1 and then played a 7-inning game 2. Same thing happened here last year.
2-2 pitch. Foul back.
Last year, Seward swept Hutchinson in Liberal 8-2 and 13-10, and then lost here 6-5 and 6-2. So the 2 teams split. 2 years ago, Hutchinson won all 4 when they played Liberal.
Here's the wind in the 2-2. Curveball. High pop. Zane Schmidt gives a look, but the wind's going to push it well out of play. We had mentioned in that first game about 2 years ago when the Blue Dragons swept 4 from the Saints at Brent Gould Field. Pitch outside. That was the series where former Blue Dragon Bobby Morganson was nicknamed the Bus. But it had nothing to do with what he did on the field. 3-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Dragons left for Seward County that morning. Bobby was late for the bus and got in his car and chased it down and jumped on the bus. Didn't play that first game, but he ended up having a heck of a series and a dominant 4-game sweep of the Saints. The pitch. Jam shot, fouled out of play to the right.
Last year.
The Dragons and the Saints have had some memorable meetings, including the 2010 Region 6 championship game. 3-2 pitch. Fouled out of play to the right again. It's a good battle between Caraballo and Reyes. Dragons won the 2010 Region 6 championship, defeating Seward County 6-5 in 12 innings. Or 6-4, excuse me. Dragons had a 4-1 lead going into the 9th and lost it. Won it in 12. 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. Leadoff walk to Caraballo. Good at bat. And now here's the center fielder, Zane Alexander. Alexander in the first game 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a run scored. Actually struck out twice. He walked once. The pitch. Slider, and Alexander couldn't lay off, and he goes around. We see that from time to time with Jose Reyes. The numbers that jump out to me with Jose, or with Miguel. The pitch. Another slider misses low. We had mentioned before in the first inning, he's giving up just 244 average overall to opposing hitters with 2 outs. There's a swing and a high drive to right center field. Caesar on the run, chases it down. The speedy Caesar chases down with a long run in deep right center field. Carballo has to go back. That's that's shades of Jamel Cervantes back in the day, when Mel could actually run.
Minus the pulled hamstring.
Yes, minus the pulled hamstring. So a great running catch by Caesar. One away for Ben Choi, the right fielder. Choi 1 for 3 with a walk in the first game. First pitch swing is a high fly ball to right field toward the corner. Reeds now into foul territory, and it blows out of play. That wind is absolutely wreaking havoc with anything hit in the air. So we were talking about Miguel Reyes with 2 outs. Miguel Reyes is giving up a .310 average, 244 overall. There's no question the stuff is lighting. And when he's reined in, he's as good as any Blue Dragon there is. This is just the process he's going through. And the pitch. Hard hit ball to third. Nedved has it to second for 1. Sartori to first. That's a double play. And the inning is over. Nedved to Sartori to Schmidt, 5-4-3. Dragons turn their second doubleheader of this series thus far. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. Note from Fun Valley, Marissa Rollin, the current NJCA National Softball Player of the Week, just hit a 2-run home run in a 3-run third inning so far for Hutch. The home runs, her 8th of the year, and the RBIs, 2 more. She now has 26 RBIs, or 28 RBIs, in her last 7 games. Right now, the Dragons need a little bit of that run production. They haven't scored a run yet in the series. Baxley, Bolin, and Moritz 6, 7, and 8 here in the bottom of the second. Dragons had a chance in the first, but stranded 2. And it's ball 1 to Zach Baxley. Bax in the first game. 1 for 3, extended his hit streak to 7 games. Fastball for a strike, and it's 1-1. Bax hitting .299 now. 4 home runs, 27 driven in. 1-1 pitch. Breaking pitch over the head of Baxley. It's 2-1. Max is pretty much taken over behind the plate. Max McGuire has been struggling with the bat. High chopper right to third. Ayala has it. Fires a strong throw to first, in time 1 away. That thing, I didn't think the wind had something to do with that, because that looked like it was ready to bound over the head of Ayala. But the wind knocked it down right to Ayala, who was a couple of steps behind the baseline. He fires a dart over to first, 1 away for Zion Bolin, the designated hitter in this one. Strike called. Zion 0 for 3 in game number 1. Bowens dropped to 271, a couple of home runs, 15 RBIs. That pitch misses, and it's 1-1. Bolin now 62 career hits for the Blue Dragons, 9 doubles, 5 triples, 4 home runs. That pitch misses, and it's 2-1. The wind in the pitch. Late on a fastball, and it's 2-2. Zion started the first game in right field and was moved to third when Ryan Moritz was pinch ran for. And he unfortunately had the big error that opened the floodgates for the Saints in that 7-run ninth inning. Slice foul off to the right, and this remains 2-2. Cole Evans, the hometown product from Liberal, into his second inning. He's given up just 1 hit. Also hit Will Reitz. The wind in the 2-2. Foul back out of play. A decent-sized crowd. Student Government Association had a little get-together going on for the students. Grilled hot dogs and some giveaways, but the rain pretty much chased most of the crowd away. 2-2 pitch. Way outside, full count to Bolin. Zion was a .314 hitter as a freshman. Tremendous athlete. Bolin, the pitch. That's grounded up the middle. The shortstop, Caraballo, gets to it and throws to first. Close play, but Bolin's retired, 2 away. Now Ryan Moritz, the second baseman. Mo was 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout in game number 1. Mo's down to 289, 35 hits, a home run, 18 driven in. Base hit to right field for Moritz. So, get a report that Butler and Barton have split the first 2 games of their doubleheader. Jeremiah Caesar will be the batter. Had a tremendous running catch in the top half. This thing, long catch on a well-hit ball, but his speed equal to the task. Now Moritz at first, 2 away. Moritz shows bunt, pulls back and takes a strike. Caesar hitting .310 for the year, 22 for 71. 2 doubles, a triple, and 8 RBIs. He has scored 22 runs. Slices that one foul now. Caesar down in the count, 0-2. Saints pitchers thus far have just done nothing fancy. They've just pounded the zone. And the Dragons have a grand total of 5 hits and no runs for their efforts so far. Evans comes set, now delivers. Late on a fastball, that's a strikeout, and the inning is over. 2 strikeouts for Evans through 2. The Dragons have stranded 3 through 2. We head to the third, no score. Score update from around the Jayhawk. Again, we were mentioning that Butler and Barton playing up at Lawson Biggs Field in Great Bend. Barton won the first game 4-1, but Butler leads the second game 5-0 in the bottom of the 8th. So those two teams look destined for a split. Dragons need to get the offense going, but it's the Saints hitting top half of the third. No score. And it's Kuhn, Haggard, and Shope 8-9-1. Miguel Reyes starts Joe Kuhn off, slowing outside for ball 1. So Barton now with 14 wins. They're 14-11. Butler 12-9. They stay, they'll be 13-9. The pitch. High chopper down the third base line, foul. Kuhn in the first game was 0 for 3. He walked once and scored. Kuhn came into the afternoon hitting .233. It looks like Zach Baxton may be having some glove issues, but he's right back in there and ready to go to work. Dragons with 2 hits to Seward's 1 here through the first 2 innings. This game now 7 innings because game number 1 won extras. The pitch. Breaking pitch. Inside, 2-1. The pitch. That pitch misses. I don't know. I'm not sure where. 3-1 the count. Here's the 3-1 from Reyes. Foul back over the press box, and now it's a full count. Miguel Reyes breaking down his numbers even further. First, the 3-2 pitch. Grounded to short. Sartori has it. Fires it across, 1 away. So Reyes got down in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike, but gets Kuhn to ground out to the shortstop. Sartori 1 away for the second baseman, Kaysen Haggard. He was a pinch runner in game number 1. Didn't get in at bat. Howard hitting .236. 1 home run, 11 RBIs. Fastball from Reyes misses high, ball 1. Reyes with the bases empty. Just allowing a .213 average. Leadoff batters hitting .302 against him, 16 for 53. 1-1 now to Haggard. The big right-hander kicks him, fires, and misses with the slider inside. And we talked about Reyes throwing inside with that slider. Reyes has hit 8 batters this year. The pitch. Fastball way late on that one. He swings and misses, and Haggard's got a 2-2 count on him. Here's the wind in the 2-2. And one's lifted to left. Shallow, the wind knocking it down. Moritz coming on, dives, and can't come up with the catch. So the wind kills the Dragons there. Metzger already playing shallow, but the wind knocked it down, and it turns into a bloop single for Haggard. So a 1-out single, and it's back to the top of the order. And Cruz Shope, the left fielder, struck out his first time. Shope with 2 strikeouts in the series thus far, both coming in their first bats. Now 2 for 6. Shope was right on that offering, fouls it straight back.
0-1 the count. Cruz struck out swinging his first time up. He's at 1 on, 1 out here in the third.
Haggard gets his lead. The pitch. Pitch high and tight for a ball, 1-1. Right now the skies have once again cleared up pretty much. It was an interesting radar we were all looking at during the rain delay. I mean, there were spotty showers all the way from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the Canadian border. Runner goes, the hit and run's on, and Shope fouls it out of play to the right. Count now 1-2 on the Saints leadoff hitter.
Moving right along, and then had a rain delay to pull the tarp on the field. That's allowing us to be playing here now.
Pretty much for the year, the Drag's been playing in wind like this all year. It's nothing they're not used to. The pitch. Little roller along first, but foul.
Foul by the first baseman, Schmidt.
Shope basically just threw his bat out to stay alive.
That is a feat by Cruz Shope, just getting bat on baseball on that pitch. Slider blowing away, and he wanted to protect.
So they now play at the top of the fourth out at Fun Valley in game number 1. The Blue Dragons softball team riding a 12-game winning streak leads Tabor JV 5-0. And Marissa Rollin continues her offensive onslaught.
Top of the third.
Since she's gotten healthy, the Blue Dragon softball team has taken off. 1-2 pitch. Little tapper in front of the plate, fielded by Baxley. Spins and throws to first. So a swinging bunt, in essence. Shope retired 2-3 at first. Haggard moves up to second with 2 out.
And that brings up
Now KP Werner. Werner had the bases clearing double in the 9th inning. That broke the game open for the Saints in game number 1.
break the scoreless tie in the ninth in the first game. Warner had a
Werner now with 21 RBIs for the year.
Warner was 1 out of 5. Struck out his first time up in this game against Reyes.
Werner 0 for 1 in this one with a strikeout.
Greenlee, Colorado.
The wind in the pitch from Reyes. Breaking pitch low. 48 pitches, 33 for strikes so far for Miguel. Miguel taking his time out of the stretch. Now he comes set. Gives a look at second to pitch. Slider misses inside 2-0. That slider is so good, sometimes Miguel will just fall in love with it and overthrow it. Takes the effectiveness of his fastball, and then he kind of loses the command of the fastball. Ryan Schmidt is trying to work him, get a good balance between fastball and slider. There's a fastball for a strike, outside corner, 2-1. Wind howling in about 20 miles per hour and gusty, maybe even harder now. To get one out of here today, it's going to take a mammoth shot. 2-1 pitch. Over through that fastball, misses outside 3-1.
We'll have Royals baseball on for you later tonight. Not as early as we thought we would get it to you. The delay in game 1, but we will have it for you later.
Haggard away from second, 2 away in the top of the third. Each team with 2 hits. 3-1 pitch. Foul back. Mark Weil going out to hand Miguel Reyes the ball. So I wonder if Zach Baxley didn't get clipped a little bit. Usually when the home plate umpire goes out like that, he's giving the catcher a moment to collect his thoughts. Zach already shaken up once mildly in the first game. 3-2, 2 out. Runner at second.
Right-hander from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Reyes looks into Baxley for the sign, gets what he likes, and comes set. The pitch. Slider misses. Snap throw to second. Nobody's there, and it goes into center field. Rounding third is Haggard. The throw from Caesar is not in time. Then moving up to second is Werner, and the Saints take a 1-0 lead on a defensive mistake by the Dragons.
Brings up Cade Ward. Hutchinson as well as they played defensively most of that game 1.
So an unearned run. Now Ryan Schmidt's going to come out, and he's going to find out what the heck happened and try to get the Dragons locked back in. Blue Dragons wound up committing 2 errors. Both of them came in the 9th inning of the first game. As a team, Hutch fielding just .948. And is now 71 errors by the Blue Dragons this year. Baxley committing his 8th of the year. And these are the types of situations that Miguel Reyes just hasn't excelled in, getting out of jams when a little bit of adversity goes against him. Mark Lila goes and breaks up the meeting, but that was, even though the entire infield was in, that was directed right at one Miguel Reyes Jr. So the Saints take a 1-0 lead on a throwing error. Now Cade Ward, he singled his first time up. Breaking pitch a little bit low for a ball. Miguel has slowed down his pace, and Ward asked for and is granted time. Once again, this game only scheduled for 7 as the first game went extras. Dragons with that game 1 extra inning loss, now 1-1 in extra inning games this year. Both extra inning games have come in the last 5 days. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch lifted to right, pretty well hit, reached. Now chasing it down toward the corner, he makes the catch. A very tough catch because of the wind, but will reach equal to the task. But an unearned run comes across. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 big error, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Saints 1, Dragons nothing. Score update from Lawson, Biggsfield, and Great Bend. Barton with a huge comeback, a 6-run bottom of the 8th, and now take a 6-5 lead over Butler into the 9th. Barton with a 4-1 win in the first game. So the Cougars battling back and look to take the first 2 from the Grizzlies. Dragons need to battle back. Still looking for their first run of the series. Will reach Logan Sartori, Zane Schmidt. And it's a strike to Will. Will plunked for the 23rd nation-leading time his first at bat. He was stranded at 3rd. Here's the 0-1. It's a strike called. And it's 0-2 very quickly to Reitz. Cole Evans pounding the zone, much like his Game 1 counterpart, Tanner King. Pitch maybe misses inside, 1-2.
And it's 1-2 the count to Reitz, who's being first time up. Pitch.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Pitch is in the dirt. Kuhn will have to fire to first to complete the out. And there's 1 away. Well, right now the Dragons really struggling at the plate. 3rd strikeout now for Evans. They Struck out 10 times in game number 1. All 10 against Tanner King. Now Logan Sartori flew out to deep right his first time up. Lays off a pitch. Off speed righty for ball 1.
It's drying up back there behind home plate, which is near the dugouts here pretty quickly.
Evans' pitch. Upstairs. 2-0.
2-0 the count. We are brought to you in part
Logan Sartori.
by First Rent-A-Car, the official
We're talking about his career numbers.
located in the Little
125 career hits. That one fouled back over the press box.
top of this here, press box of Hobart-Detter Field, Hutchinson.
125 career hits. 340 career batting average per Sartori at Hutchinson. 126 runs. 18 home runs. 101 RBIs.
Not on campus at Hutchinson Community College, but that gives
The pitch.
a whole
3-1. Pitch misses high.
there's a pitch high.
He and Dylan Nedved neck and neck almost. Dylan now with 120 or 130 career hits. 3-1 pitch. High pop. Giving chase is Ward, but again the wind will push it well out of play.
Bringing to the count to Sartori.
Sartori hitting 326. Sartori, 41 pop-ups. There's a high fly ball down the left field line, but it's going to go way foul.
The Arkansas River over that left side.
6-5 final, Barton.
It's a final in Great Bend. Barton comes back with a 6-run bottom of the 8th to defeat Butler 6-5. So they sweep the first 2 from the Grizzlies. That scene shifts to,
There's strike 3 out of
here's a called strike 3 on Sartori.
2 outs.
2 straight strikeouts and then 2 away for Zane Schmidt. He singled, one of 2 Dragon hits. And the Dragons are just right now in one of those lulls where not many good at-bats are happening.
Left-handed batter pulls pitch. Fastball away, 1-0.
Pitch misses outside. I think he gives some of the credit, if not a lot of the credit, to the Seward pitchers, Tanner King and Cole Evans. They're locating well, both in and out. Schmidt hits a high pop to left, shallow. Out goes Caraballo. In comes Shope, and Shope to make the catch. And a very quiet 1-2-3 third inning for the Dragons in the third. We head to the fourth. Saints 1, Dragons nothing. One nothing. Seward County as we go to the top of the fourth. So far through 12 at-bats, the Dragons have no runs and just 5 total hits. Here's Benny Ayala and Jose Caraballo and Zane Alexander 4, 5, and 6. Ball 1 from Miguel Reyes, who just threw pitch number 56. Pitch downstairs, 2-0.
Hutchinson was a game away from the championship game, but lost to Barton 8-0 last year. They went 39-22.
Here's the 2-0. Tap foul, past third, 2-1. Blue Dragons were the preseason favorites to win the Jayhawk West this year. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul out of play. 2-2 now, the count to Ayala. .31 RBIs for Al. Again, he's tied for 7th in the Jayhawk with 13 doubles, 7 home runs. The pitch. Hard hit ground ball. Diving stop by Nedved. He gets up, throws, and got him. Nice play by Nedved at third. One away. That's a web gem. Maybe that will provide the Blue Dragon spark. Nedved has been solid defensively today. He started the big double play that kept the game scoreless in the top of the 7th. So Nedved has been solid. He'll throw game 3 on Saturday in Liberal. Now Jose Caraballo, who walked his first time, hits a ground ball to short. Sartori boots it. It'll be the second Dragon error of the game. That was routine. Caraballo on aboard for the second time, neither by hit, a walk and an error. 1 on, 1 out for center fielder Zane Alexander, who flew out to center or to the center fielder Jeremiah Caesar. Had to make a long run deep into right center field to make the catch. Alexander caught the jet stream just right. Showing bunt, lays it down. It's a good one. Fielded by Baxley. He bobbles them, recovers to throw on to first. So the sacrifice works. Caraballo moves up to second.
Alexander pushes him to second. This is the kind of game where you would do that. Not often.
Now it's Ben Choi, the right fielder. So 1 out sack bunt. Now we're under second, 2 away for Choi, who hit into a 5-4-3 double play to end the second. Choi now 1 for 4 in the series. The pitch. Breaking pitch misses low. 1-0.
Pause in the pitch from Reyes.
Reyes comes set now. The 1-0. Fastball. Grounded. Foul outside of third. Not by much. Thing looked like it was ticketed right down the line, and all of a sudden, right before the bag made a left turn, Nedved fielded it. Dragons have not dropped the first 2 games of a conference set yet this year.
They went to Garden City. They won 3 of 4. They played Garden City. I mean, they split at Garden, won both years.
Now the 1-1. Breaking pitch for a strike, drops right in there. Good pitch from Reyes, and now he's ahead in the count of Choi. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right now the weather seems to be holding out.
Some injuries they have had. They won 3 out of 4 over Barton.
Reyes looks in, comes set. 1-2 pitch. Bounces off the glove on a high pitch, but doesn't go far enough for the runner to advance. Saints have now won 4 in a row. They took 3 of 4 from Garden City last weekend, and they won a slugfest with Frank Phillips 13-12 on Tuesday in Liberal. Reyes steps off. Saints now 25-18. They have 16 conference high wins in the league. They're 16-9 right now. They have yet to have their bye week. That's why that is skewed to a point. Each team with 2 hits, and Reyes would like to keep it that way and get back in the dugout here. Runner at second, 2 away, and a 2-2 count on Kevin Choi. Zach Baxley is now being explained to him why that counts as a trip. That's a new rule this year. You get 6 trips out to the mound, either by coach or the catcher, and that's been put in to speed up the game. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3, slider on the inside corner. Reyes delivers a quality pitch to strike out Choi, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. Halfway through in game number 2, Dragons trail Seward County 1-0. 12 consecutive innings without a run for the Blue Dragons. Riley Metzger, Dylan Nedved, Zach Baxley due up. This has been the quietest the Dragon offense has been at any stretch all year long. Riley Metzger to lead it off, struck out his first time. Hopefully that diving defensive stop by Nedved in the top half will give the Dragons an offensive spark. Pitch misses low, ball 1. Dragons had a scoring opportunity in the first. Will Reitz was hit by a pitch. Zane Schmidt singled with 1 out. They had runners at the corners, 1 out. Metzger struck out. Nedved, that ball is hit to right field, and that's down for a hit. Good swing by Metzger, hitting a line drive to right. Dragons' 3rd hit of the game. Now Dylan Nedved. Nedved 1 for 3 in the first game, flew out to right in his first plate appearance of this one. Decent lead over at first by Metzger. The pitch. Nedved chose bunts. Right back to the pitcher. They go to second for 1, on to first, not in time. And right now the Dragons just are not executing offensively. That bunt was pushed right back at the pitcher. So now a runner at first with 1 away for Zach Baxley. Now Nedved at first with 1 away. Move over to first. Head first dive by Dylan. He's back in safely. Nedved, 11 out of 12 in steals. Dragons 68 out of 85. They were 0 for 1 in the first game. The pitch. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher, Kuhn. And it's 0-1. Joe Kuhn, one of the better defensive catchers in the league. The pitch. Breaking pitch of beauty from Evans. A strike called, and Baxley's down in the count 0-2. It just seems like the Dragons have been down 0-2, 1-2 all day. Saints pitchers have just absolutely owned the strike zone. Another move over to first. Nedved back in safely. couple of years ago, no, it's actually been more than a couple, the Saints dominated the Dragons in a doubleheader. These games are at Liberal. The pitch in the dirt and moving up on is Nedved. Kuhn couldn't find it. It bounced right in front of him. They also appeal on the swing and is denied. So a wild pitch charged to Evans. And Nedved at second base with one out and a 1-2 count due to Baxley. Seward pitching, I want to say this was in 2012. Just dominated the first two games, kind of like they are today in terms of pitching, with the Dragons' bats woke up the next day. They'll be in a 2-2 split in that series. Just having some visions of that, as the Dragons' bats are right now really, really silent against the Saints. Here's the pitch. Pitch a little bit inside, 2-2. That was close. Zion Bolin on deck for the Dragons. Kind of get the feeling if somebody would come through with the big hit, it becomes contagious and the Dragons will get back into a groove. The pitch. Barely got a piece of it. Baxley stays alive at 2-2. May have swung a one out of the zone. And we've talked about the strikeout totals all year. 355 now entering today. Today's game 2. 2-2 pitch. High ball 3, full count. So Baxley's battling. He's had some close pitches he's taken on, and has worked the count full. First base is not occupied. Evans delivers the 3-2. Low ball 4. So pretty good bat by Baxley. One of the better ones the Dragons have had today in either game. First and second, one out now for Zion Bolin. Zion needs to show that same plate discipline that Baxley just did. Zion grounded out to short. Middle infield now a double play depth for the Saints. The pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. First game, Bolin grounded out to the shortstop 3 times, so that's 4 straight trips at the plate, where Zion has rolled out to shortstop Jose Caraballo. If he does it this time, that could be trouble. 1-0 pitch. Foul tipped at the plate, 1-1. Blue Dragon softball completes a 9-0 win in game number 1 in 5 innings over the Tabor JV. That's now a 13-game winning streak for the Blue Dragons. They're probably getting ready to have their sophomore recognition day. Mark Lytle cleaning the plate. And Zion Bolin awaits a 1-1 pitch from Cole Evans. Saints lead 1-0, bottom of the 4th. After winning the first game 7-0 in 9 innings. Now the 1-1. High for a ball, 2-1. You sense a moment may be happening for the Dragons. Showing a little more discipline at the plate here in the bottom of the 4th. Evans delivers. Nearly hit Bolin, and he's up in the count 3-1. A bad one would load him up. Ryan Moore, it's on deck for Hutchinson. Here's the 3-1. Strike on the inside corner. Full count.
Back up and running for now. Very good. Thank you, listener. 3-2 the count.
Nedved at second. Baxley at first, not being held on. Here's the payoff pitch. Line down the left field line. That's a fair ball into the corner. Nedved scores to tie it. Baxley being waved. The throw just getting into the infield. It's a 2-run double for Zion Bolin, and the Blue Dragons have their first lead of the series, 2-1. It was right down the line. Mark Lytle threw the right arm out immediately. Bolin with his third double of the year, RBI 16 and 17, and Hutch has its first lead of the series at 2-1. Baxley scores from first, Nedved from second. And now let's see if the Dragons can't jump on for some more. Here's Moritz. Mo singled his first time up. Back, bowling away from second to pitch. That's grounded off the pitcher. And he picks up, throws, but no chance to get him. Be an infield single. Now we'll see if Cole Evans is okay. I think it hit him off the lower part of the body. He thinks he's okay. Gives a thumbs up to our umpire. But the Saints are going to go out and check him out. So Bolin moves up to third. Moritz now 2 for 2. And it's Moritz's 10th multi-hit game of the year. 8 2-hit games, 2 3-hit games. So Zion Bolin, who's kind of had a rough afternoon to this point, lines a double down the left field line that's fair by a matter of inches. That scored Nedved and Baxley, and the Dragons finally on the board after 12 1/3 scoreless innings against the Saints. Mark Lytle breaks up the meeting at the mound. And now it'll be Jeremiah Caesar. Struck out his first time. Runners at the corners, 1 out. So we'll see how Ryan Schmidt and Jamel Cervantes play it here. So Caesar hits from the left side. Third baseman Benny Ayala playing in on the grass. Middle infield, a double play depth for the Saints. The wind of the pitch. Showing bunt, but takes for ball 1. Nope, strike called. Again, Mark Lytle, the slowest strike call in the Jayhawk. Average game times with Mark Lytle behind the plate increased by 35 minutes per game when he's behind the plate. We say that jokingly. Decent speed at first by Moritz. Not a real threat to go. The 0-1, Caesar shows bunt, takes high and outside for a ball. Count evens 1-1. Braden Gould, the right-hander, starts throwing in the Saints' pen. Clayton Evans working out of the stretch. Comes set, delivers. That bunt popped up. And it comes all the way back to the screen just to my right. And now Caesar trails in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Like Caesar just put one in play and see what happens. He would be very hard to double up. Bowling away from third, Moritz away from first to pitch. Fastball high and outside, 2-2 to Caesar. Dragons with 5 hits. They were limited to just 3 over 9 innings in the first game. Tanner King went 8 for the Saints, got the win. Ryan Thomas closed it out with a scoreless bottom of the 9th. 2-2 pitch. Slap foul.
top of the order to a pen.
Will Reitz in the on-deck circle. The Dragons will turn the lineup over. Caesar up in the zone against Evans. Here's 2-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging. That was a not very pretty swing. So the Dragons with another strikeout with runners in scoring position. Now 2 away for Will Reitz. Reitz plunked for a nation-leading 23rd time back in the first. Struck out in the third. In fact, Reitz 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts thus far this afternoon. He's due. The pitch. Breaking pitch outside. Will Reitz was in a 1 for 10 slump when he homered at Pratt. A week ago today. The pitch swung on a missed 1-1. He didn't have another hit against the Beavers until the walk-off 3-run bomb to win the third game of that series here 5 days ago. Now the 1-1. Chases another breaking pitch, and it's 1-2. Right now, Will looks like he's just trying to pull on everything. And the Saints keep pitching him away, away, away. Runner steps off. Now Moritz trying to get. Here comes Bolin down the line. He is going to be out. So the Saints sniff out the double steal attempt. Bolin cut down at the plate. And the inning is over. But Zion Bolin's 2-run double gives Hutchinson a 2-1 lead after 4 innings. Dragons finally have a lead today against Seward County. Zion Bolin's 2-run double in the bottom of the fourth. Hutch up 2-1. And Miguel Reyes back to work in the fifth. He really needs to sit in and lock down on the Saints here. It's Kuhn, Haggard, and Shope 8, 9, and 1. Ball 1 to Joe Kuhn, who grounded out to short his first time. Fastball called strike outside corner. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Slider misses low, 2-1. This is where Miguel has had his problems. Middle innings. Really locking in to get batters. Dragons need him to come up big time here. Time called as the pitch is delivered. Mark Lytle nearly got drilled with that pitch. He had jumped out. Now he's going to have a little chat with one Miguel Reyes Jr. He's probably saying, please don't hit me with that 90-plus fastball. Both of them are having a lighthearted moment. Switches out baseballs, and now we'll get back at it. I have sat in this chair more than once to see umpires wear it on plays like that. 2-1 the count to Kuhn. The big righty kicks and fires. Fastball way high, 3-1. The Saints have gotten their leadoff man aboard once, and they do it again. Leadoff walk to Kuhn. Now Case and Haggard, the second baseman, singled his first time up. Put a really good swing on it. It looked like it was going to go way deeper than it did the left, but the wind, which has backed off somewhat, was blowing a gale and actually blew it in front of Riley Metzger for a bloop single. Likely bunting here. He does show bunt, take high ball one. Snap throw to first. And back in safely is Kuhn.
2-1, so that's the tying run on first base here in the fifth. There is activity beginning to stir in the Blue Dragons.
Dragons start cranking it up out in the bullpen. It'll be Zach Philbin, the lefty. The pitch. Bunt's popped up. Nobody's going to be able to get to it. It's near the Seward County dugout. You really would love to see Miguel, again, who's had his problems with runners on middle innings. Really love to see him get through this one unscathed. Get this game to the fifth with the Dragons having lead. There's a bunt along first, and it rolls foul. 75 pitches for Reyes, 47 for strikes. Reyes has allowed just 2 hits, 1 unearned run. He has 4 strikeouts, but 3 walks. Kuhn takes his lead from first, being held by Schmidt. 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging on a slow change. Haggard way out in front of that one. 1 away. 5th strikeout for Miguel. Now it's Cruz Shope. Shope 0 for 2. Or check that, 0 for 1. He had a sacrifice bunt in the third. Struck out. Back to the top of the order for the Saints now. Reyes pours one across over to first. No play.
I think we're good to go with the weather here the rest of the way. Sunny skies above, sunny to the northwest.
Reyes' pitch. Slider sweeps outside. 1-0.
1-0.
That time he looked like he rushed his motion. Needs just to say smooth and compact. Let his arm do the rest. The pitch. Fastball over but low, 2-0. Now Miguel starting to fall behind consistently. 78 pitches, only 48 for strikes. Dragons have rolled 1 double play in this one. The pitch. High 3-0. Safe lead over at first by Kuhn. The cripple. Low ball 4. Couple of walks here in the 5th. Have the Saints in business. First and second, 1 out with the designated hitter, KP Warner. Warner has struck out and walked. The pitcher, Miguel Reyes. Fastball for a strike.
0-1.
Dragons have out hit Seward 5-2 in this one. Right now the free pass is giving the Saints the chance. Slider misses low and away. 2-1. Ryan Schmidt just sitting in the dugout right now with a very exasperated look on his face. He has seen this movie before. 1-1 pitch. Fastball hit to center field. Caesar to his left makes the catch. No tag. So another good defensive play center by Caesar. Now 2 away for Cade Ward, the first baseman. Ward 1 for 2, a first inning single, and he flew out to right in the third. Reyes' pitch. Slider high and tight, ball 1. If you're a Blue Dragon fan, you're definitely pulling for Miguel to get out of this jam. Just from a confidence standpoint. 1-0 pitch. Fastball, good block by Baxley. That saved 90 feet twice. Zach is definitely earning his pay today. Now Reyes down in the count, 2-0. He was behind Kuhn, gave up a hit. Got behind Haggard 1-0 and ended up striking him out. Got behind Shope. Didn't get behind Warner, but now behind Ward. The pitch way outside, 3-0. 86 pitches now for Miguel Reyes. Again, the big lefty Zach Philbin throwing in the Blue Dragon pen. Here's the cripple. Fastball for a strike. 3-1. Kunitz second. Shope at first. Reyes is 3-1. High ball 4 and the bases are loaded. All on walks. Now 5 walks surrendered by Miguel Reyes to go with his 5 strikeouts. And it will be Benny Ayala, who was one of the best clutch hitters in the Jayhawk. Ryan Schmidt bounces out, this time on the jog. So we'll see what words of wisdom Schmidt has for his infield. Kuhn at third, Shope at second, Ward at first. The batter, Benny Ayala. Again, 273 average, but he is one of the top clutch hitters for the Saints. Remember him having several big hits at Region 6 last year during the Saints run. Miguel's allowed just 2 hits. But his command has been up and down here in the 5th. Dragons trying to protect a 2-1 lead. Miguel's going to work out of the windup with the bases loaded. That hit him and the game is tied. 9th hit batter of the year. And that gives up the Dragon lead. First pitch hit by pitch, and Ayala drives in a run. Kuhn scores. And we're tied at 2, and the day is over for Miguel Reyes. So 2-out troubles continue for Miguel. He'll take a seat and see if Zach Philbin can get him out of the jam. I'll tell you about the new Dragon pitcher after this break. Big Zach Philbin comes in, trying to get the Dragons out of this jam, keep a game tied. Philbin, a 6'3", 215-pound sophomore from Omaha. Philbin making his 13th appearance, 3-0 record with a 3.71 earned run average. He's been a part of one combined shutout, 17 innings pitched, 16 hits, 7 runs, 23 strikeouts, 6 walks. Opponents hitting .239. Philbin comes in with the bases loaded and 2 out, and Jose Caraballo the batter. A lefty-righty matchup. Philbin's first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Miguel Reyes gives up the lead with a bases loaded hit by pitch to Benny Ayala. 3 walks and a hit by pitch have been the extent of the Seward County offense here in the 5th. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Reyes only allowed 2 hits. Book's still not closed on him. Here's the 0-2 to Caraballo. Got him swinging on 3 pitches, and Zach Philbin comes in and does exactly what he was called on to do. Keep the game tied. 1 run, no hits, 3 left for the Saints. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We're all tied 2-2. We're all knotted up at 2 after 4.5 innings at Hobart-Detter Field. The Saints took the opener 7-0 in 9 innings. This one's scheduled for 7. It'll be the top of the order in the Dragon 5th. Reitz, Sartori, and Schmidt. And it's time for the slumbering Dragon offense to come to life. Just 8 total hits this afternoon for a Blue Dragon team, hitting .306 coming into game number 2. Will Reitz takes a strike from Cole Evans. Reitz has 0 for 1. He was at the plate when the Dragons couldn't execute the double steal. Swings and misses at another breaking pitch, and he's instantly down 0-2. Reitz has struck out 3 times today in the doubleheader. He's 0 for 4. The pitch. Upstairs, 1-2. Hit by a pitch for a nation-leading 23rd time back in the 1st. 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging on a breaking pitch. 1 away here in the 5th. Evans now. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 hits, 2 runs in 4 1/3 innings. Also 1 wild pitch and 1 hit batter. Now Logan Sartori. He's 0 for 2. The Dragons haven't been swept by the Saints here since 2012. Pitch over the head of Sartori for ball 1. 2012, they were staggered series. 1-0 pitch is lifted to shallow right center field. Ben Choi fighting the wind makes the catch. And another fly ball out for Sartori. And very quickly, 2 away. Now the right fielder, Zane Schmidt. He's 1 for 2. You're just not going to get anything done with the ball hit up in the air. The ball's not going to leave the yard today. If it does, it's going to be riding the perfect jet stream out of here, riding with the wind, more toward right. Nothing's going to go out to left today. Schmidt takes outside for a ball. The wind is picked up again in wind speed, blowing straight in from center and left center. There's a high fly ball. This has got a chance. Going back is Choi. He's at the fence and gone. Well, so much for my prediction about having to hit one out of here. I put the reverse hex on, boys. Conference leading home run number 17 for Zane Schmidt. RBI number 48, and the Dragons lead at 3-2. 17. Leads the conference. So a 2-out home run by Schmidt. That moves him back into second place on the national leaderboard. He's now fourth on the single season list with 17. Caden Dogace, 31, the single season record. Here's Riley Metzger. Ball one to Riley. He's singled in the fourth. I'm a huge believer in baseball superstition. Hard hit ball right side, backhanded stop by Ward. He'll flip over to Evans covering, and Riley Metzger retired 3-1. But Zane Schmidt's 2-out home run in the fifth inning gives the Dragons the lead. After 5, Dragons 3, Saints 2. Zane Schmidt, his conference-leading 17th home run. A 2-out bomb to right field, and it caught the jet stream just right and carried like I thought it might. If you can do that, it's not going to go out to left today. But the Dragons have a 3-2 lead now as we go to the 6th. Zach Philbin back out. Alexander, Choi, and Kuhn, 6, 7, and 8 here in the 6th. Again, this one's scheduled for 7 because game number 1 went extra inning. Strike called to Zane Alexander. He is 0 for 2. Philbin's pitch outside. Philbin came in with the bases loaded and 2 out in the bottom or the top of the 5th and struck out Caraballo on 3 pitches to get the Dragons out of the jam. Then Schmidt hit the home run to give the Hutch the lead. Slider misses low and in, 2-1. Zach Philbin last time out April 13th against Pratt. At Pratt, 2/3 of an inning. The pitch, foul back, 2-2. Philbin's had 1 inning stints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight times. The pitch. Way outside, 3-2. The fifth inning started with 3 walks and then a hit by pitch tied the game. Zach does not want to start off walking the leadoff man here. Here's the payoff. Low ball 4. The Dragons have just not been, or basically been their own worst enemy today. Too many free passes. It's now 6 walks and 2 errors. All right, Dragons still with 3-2 lead. Only the 7th walk issued this year by Philbin. Now Ben Choi. Swing and a miss on a fastball from Philbin, 0-1. Philbin's last win came on March 28th against Garden City in inning. That was the walk-off by Zane Schmidt. Bunted foul. And that one caught Zach Baxley, and he's not feeling very good after that one. So Mark Lytle will give him a moment. That March 28th game was the 8-7 come-from-behind win. The Dragons were down 3 runs twice. That was the 3-home run game by Zane Schmidt, including the walk-off in the bottom of the 7th, a 2-run bomb. That made Philbin the winner. He threw 1 scoreless inning with 2 strikeouts. Philbin, in his 34th career game with the Blue Dragons, 33 out of the pen. The 0-2 runner goes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw down, not in time. So Alexander steals the base. Choi strikes out for out number 1.
But a strikeout of Ben Choi, so almost working like he did get the butt down.
So now the catcher, I think Ryan Schmidt's going to come out and ask Mark Lytle if there was any kind of interference. Because basically Choi was bent down right in front of Baxley. Baxley saying that there was contact. Mark Lytle probably not going to give in on this one. Now we'll get back to work. So Joe Kuhn, the catcher, grounded to short, led off to 5th with a walk and scored on the bases loaded hit by pitch to Ayala. So now the tying run at second base for the Saints with 1 out. Philbin comes set, checks the runner, checks again. Now delivers. Pitch in the dirt. Baxley blocks it. Alexander stays put at second. Ball 1. Philbin has an overall career record of 5-1. No saves. 4.12 ERA. He's always been kind of that setup guy. 1-0. Right through there for a strike. 1-1. As a freshman, Philbin appeared in 21 games, started 1, was 2-1 with a 4.39 earned run average. He had 18 strikeouts in 26 2/3 innings pitched as a freshman. Time calls, the pitch is delivered. So no pitch. Double-barreled action in the Dragon pen.
He walks around and gives himself no protection. He walks from out behind the catcher.
Ryan Summers, one of the right-handers throwing out there, as well as L.J. McDonough. 1-1 the count to Kuhn. The pitch from Philbin. Foul tipped into the glove of Baxley, and 1-2 now to Kuhn. So with Barton's sweep of Butler today, 4-1 and 6-5, the Cougars now 15-11 in league play. Butler drops to 12-10. That series will resume Saturday at McDonald's Stadium in El Dorado. 1-2 pitch. That's lined up the middle, and this game's going to be tied. Rounding third is Alexander. The throw comes into second, and once again the Saints get off the deck. Another leadoff walk comes back to haunt the Blue Dragons, who were tied at 3. RBI single by Kuhn up the middle. You just cannot give free passes to good teams. The Saints routinely and historically have jumped on other teams' mistakes, and they do it again here. Now, Haggard, the second baseman. Strike called. Haggard 1 for 2. Singled in the third and scored a run, struck out in the fifth.
Strike from the lefty building and the pitch.
The wind in the pitch.
Fastball high and away.
That pitch misses, and it counts 1-1.
One strike. 3-3 tie. Seems
Very frustrating afternoon for the Blue Dragons thus far. They've had 2 leads now.
not enough to
Offensively, still not clicking.
Now we're in the 6th, tied at 3.
The pitch. Ground ball. Moritz has it to second for 1. Sartori back to first. That's a double play, and the inning is over. But Zach Philbin issues a leadoff walk, and it comes back to hurt him. Saints get 1 back to tie it. 1 run on 1 hit. Nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Dragons 3, Saints 3. Couple of leadoff walks have tied this game twice in the last couple innings. Hutch had a 2-1 lead after Zion Boland's 2-run double after 4. 3 walks and hit batsman tied it in the 5th. Zane Schmidt hit a home run in the 5th, but a leadoff walk came around at the top of the 6th. Now we're tied 3-3, and it's ball 1 to Dylan Nedved from Cole Evans, who begins his 6th inning of work. Nedved 0 for 2. Reached on the fielder's choice and scored in the 4th. Now 2-0 to Nedved. Nedved still looking to extend his hitting streak. Right now sitting at 12 games. 2-0 pitch. Upstairs 3-0. A right-hander still throwing in the pen for the Seward County Saints. Here's the 3-0 to Nedved. High ball 4. Well, the Saints have cashed in on a couple leadoff walks. Let's see if the Dragons can. Dragons execution-wise have not been very good. Here's Zach Baxley. Baxley walked and scored in the 4th. Grounded out in the 2nd, 0 for 1. He looks to extend a 7-game hitting streak. Right now the hitting streaks are minimal compared to the Dragons getting a much-needed win here in game number 2. Back shows bunt, hits him. Pitch rolls right in on him, and the Dragons have the first 2 on to start the 6th. And that might be the end of the day for Cole Evans. Now Zion Bolin. Mike Davidson's going to stay with the starter. Routinely, Seward County does ride their starters long. In case you're wondering, Zion Bolin, no sacrifices this year. Nedved at second, Baxley at first, no outs. Bottom of the sixth, tied 3-3. This one now scheduled for 7. Quarter infielders in for the Saints, looking for a bunt. Now they have the runner caught, but Nedved steals third. He went on first pitch. And with the third baseman all the way up, the Dragons roll the dice and get a stolen base out of Nedved. How about that? That's steal number 12 for Dillon. The way the Saints lined up, it was actually a good decision. Good read by Nedved and third base coach Jamel Cervantes. Here's the pitch inside to Bolin. Zion Bolin did have 4 sacrifices last year. The 1-0 from Evans. Big cut and a miss by Bolin. And it's 1-1. 93 pitches now for Evans, 53 for strikes. Dragons now in the lower third of their order here in the bottom of the 6th. Can they execute and get the lead back? Evans comes set. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 1-2 now to Bolin. Ryan Moritz on deck. Here's the 1-2 to Bolin. Pitch in the dirt. That'll move Baxley up to second. It'll be a wild pitch. So the force is off. Now 2 in scoring position with nobody out. Nedved at third, Baxley at second. The infield in now at all 4 positions for Seward County. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Pulled foul. And Jamel Cervantes just earned a bad tweet from Denny Steckline. Denny peering out. Denny giving him the evil eye from the press box. You'll be seeing the result of that tweet momentarily. 2-2 to Bolin. Here's the pitch. Hit down the right field line, but it's going to hook foul. Zion has good power to right field. The right center field gap's open for him. The right fielder, Ben Choi, playing more toward the line. Boy, if Zion can just bloop one over the second baseman's head, he could run for a week. Time called and granted to Bolin. Dragons with 6 hits to Seward's 3. Now they'll wind up the 2-2 pitch. High full count to Bolin. 98 pitches now. And you just kind of get the feeling that Cole Evans may be facing his last batter no matter what. Mike Davidson right at the top step of the Seward County dugout. Here's the payoff. Struck him out on a breaking pitch. Bolin goes down swinging. He's 1 for 3. Now Ryan Moritz, a pair of singles, 2 for 2. And again, here comes a Mike Davidson. Had a feeling this might be it. There's the call of the bullpen. Dragons have a glorious opportunity, but they're going to have to do it against a new pitcher. We'll tell you about the new Saints pitcher after this break. Right-hander Braden Gould comes out of the Seward County bullpen for Mike Davidson. Gould is a 6'5", 215-pound sophomore from Carrollton, Texas. Gould on for the 12th time overall, 8th out of the bullpen. He has a 2-4 record and a 7.12 earned run average. 30 in the third innings pitched for Gould. He's allowed 41 hits, 29 runs. He's walked 13, struck out 25. He has allowed 1 home run ball. So the situation is this. Bottom of the 6th inning, Hutch 3, Seward County 3. Dylan Nedved led off the inning with a walk. Zach Baxley was plunked with a pitch. Dylan Nedved stole third. Baxley moved up to second on a wild pitch. Zion Bolin struck out, and now it's Ryan Moritz who's 2 for 2. So it's a righty-lefty matchup here. Mo hitting .263 against right-handed pitching as opposed to .417 against lefties. Infield in it for the Saints at all 4 positions. The wind and the pitch. Ball 1 low. Moritz now 68 career hits. Had his first home run of the season on Tuesday at Coffeyville. The pitch. Over but low, ball 2. Dragons need to come through. 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 2-1. They play Moritz in the outfield to pull in center. 2-1. Shot foul to the left, and now it's 2-2. Jeremiah Caesar on deck. Moritz awaits a 2-2. Here's the pitch. High pop into foul territory. Ayala. He's got it, and there's 2 away. So now it's going to take a 2-out hit from Caesar. Caesar has struck out twice and hasn't had very good swings. Infield back to normal depth for the Saints. Boy, how crushing would this be if the Dragons couldn't execute and get a run out of this inning. Still not done yet. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Strike at the knees. That one looked low. Jeremiah's not all that tall. Nedved walked. Baxley hit with a pitch. Now it's 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. The pitch. High pop, and it's backing out of play, and it's 0-2. It's just been one of those days offensively for Hutch, but a hit here would definitely brighten things up. There's the 0-2 from Gould. Strike him out. Saints dugout fired up. They get out of a major jam. No runs, no hits, 2 left. We go to the 7th. Tied at 3. Blue Dragons a miss on a golden opportunity in the bottom of the 6th. 2 on to start the inning and couldn't push a run across. Now we go to the 7th, tied 3-3. Score update from Fun Valley. Blue Dragon softball in game number 2 take an early 1-0 lead, but now trail the Tabor JV 2-1. Top of the order to face Zach Philbin, Shope, Werner, and Ward. Dragons have dropped or lost 2 1-run leads in this one. Zach Philbin delivers a strike to Cruz Shope to start the 7th. Shope 0 for 1. He struck out, sacrificed in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. The pitch. Fly ball out of play to the right. It's 0-2. Philbin entered with 2 outs in the top of the 5th, bases loaded. Struck out Caraballo on 3 pitches, but then walked the leadoff batter to the 6th. Ground ball is short. Big hop for Sartori. He throws low, dug out by Schmidt. 1 away here in the Saints 7th. It will be the top of the order for the Dragons in the bottom of the 7th. Reed, Sartori, and Schmidt. Now the Dragons have to get there tied. Here's KP Werner. Werner 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. Also walked in the 3rd. The pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-0. The Dragons have issued 6 walks. Getting up 2 fielding errors. The pitch. Pitch misses low and in, 2-0. They have been very generous hosts in this one. 2-0 pitch. Lifted to right center field. The wind's going to push it to right. It's Will Reitz making the catch, and there's 2 away. Now Cade Ward, the first baseman. This series will convene in Liberal on Saturday, 1 p.m. at Brent Gould Field. Brock Kappelman, the Seward radio announcer, said that temperatures may be getting near 90 in Liberal on Saturday. Off-speed pitch misses outside to Ward. He is 1 for 2 with a walk, singled in the 1st, flew out to right in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. Swing and a miss, laid on a fastball. And it's 1-1. So Tabor scores 3 in the top of the 2nd inning and leads Hutch 3-1. 1-1 from Philbin. Tapped foul. 2-2. Or 1-2, excuse me. The wind still howling in from left center. Time called by Ward, and it's granted. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Good comeback inning for Zach Philbin. He retires the Saints in order in the top of the 7th. Dragons need 1 to win it. They got the top of the order coming around. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Dragons 3 and the Saints 3. Will Reitz, Logan Sartori, Zane Schmidt due up in the bottom of the 7th against Seward County. Tied 3-3. Braden Gould back to work. And it's ball 1 to Will Reitz, who was struck out twice and was hit by a pitch in the first.
Welcome back to Hobart-Detter Field here in Hutchinson. 3-3 tie.
The pitch. Off speed misses, 2-0. Dragons missed out on a golden opportunity in the 6th. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Reed's still looking for his first hit of the series. 2-1 pitch. That's smoked up the middle. And the Dragons have their leadoff man aboard in the 7th. That's the best swing of the day for Will. Took it right back up the box. Now it's Logan Sartori. Sartori. 0 for 3. A couple of flyouts and a called third. 0 for 7 in the series. See what the Dragons have here. Ground ball left side. Bobbled by Caraballo, and everybody's going to be safe. The first Saints error. So a good start to the 7th. And now Zane Schmidt will be the batter, and they really can't pitch around him with 2 on already. So Zane Schmidt, 1 walk-off hit already this year. That was a 2-run bomb. Right now, you just take a double in the gap and end this thing peacefully. Third baseman Benny Ayala in on the grass looking bunt. The pitch. Strike at the knees. Last time up, Schmidt homered to right to give Blue Dragons a 3-2 lead. Dragons need to win this one desperately. The 0-1. Strike at the knees, 0-2. Schmidt didn't think so. So now Schmidt's got to battle from an 0-2 hole. After Schmidt, it's Metzger and Nedved. Gould comes set. Now delivers the 0-2. Outside, blocked by Kuhn. And it's 1-2. It's been a frustrating afternoon for Hutch, but 1 base hit here will give the Dragons a split in the first 2 with the Saints. Here's the 1-2 to Schmidt. Low and outside, 2-2. Dragons have not executed well all day offensively. Here's the 2-2 to Zane. Bluff move to second. That chases Reitz back. Good speed on the paths. Reitz at second, Sartori at first. Second baseman Braxton Allen cheating over toward the bag at second, trying to shorten up the lead of Reitz. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. That was a nasty pitch that Schmidt fought off to stay alive. He had to go down and get that one. Dragons have had 2 leads in this one. Would love to pick up a third because you know they wouldn't end it. This Schmidt trying to walk it off here for Hutch and even up the series. Here's the pitch. Hit the center field, shallow, but it's going to be caught by Alexander. No advancement by the runners. 1 away. So the Dragons cannot advance the runners with nobody out. Now it's Riley Metzger. Riley 1 for 3, a 4th inning single. And we'll have a meeting at the mound as Austin King will go out, or actually pitching coach Paul Pulley, former Saints player. Reed started off with a single. Sartori reached on an error on Caraballo. Zane Schmidt could not advance the runners. Right now, with runners in scoring position, the Blue Dragons just 3 for 12 in this one.
First and second, so double play is in order.
So, Metzger versus Gould. Metzger hitting .384 against righties. Gould delivers. Shot foul out of play to the left. Dragons, or the game, lost most of its crowd after the rain delay. Here's Gould's 0-1. Metzger grounds one up the middle, hits the bag into center field. Rounding third is Reitz. Here comes the throw, and the Dragons win it. The Dragons catch a break as Riley Metzger's ball just clips off the bag and gets past Jose Caraballo. Will Reitz scores, and the Dragons have a 4-3 walk-off win. So the Dragons win it 4-3. And Riley Metzger gets the walk-off, and the series is tied at 1 game apiece. We'll wrap it up right after this break. Riley Metzger finally gets the big hit for the Dragons. They were far and few today for Hutchinson, but the Blue Dragons get a walk-off win. Riley Metzger singles up the middle, scoring Will Reitz. And the Blue Dragons get a very needed split with Seward County, winning the second game 4-3 after the Saints won 7-0 in 9 innings in game number 2. Steve Carpenter back with you. The Dragons now improved to 29-16 overall, 14-8 in the Jayhawk West. Seward County is 25-19, 16-10 in the West. And with Barton County's sweep of Butler, the jumbled up mess in the Jayhawk West continues to be just that, jumbled. The totals for this one, for the Blue Dragons, 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 6 left on. For the Saints, 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 6 left on. The winning pitcher, Zach Philbin, 2 and a third innings of relief work. Innings of relief work. He improves to 4-0. Braden Gould takes the loss. He drops to 2-5. Time of ball game is 2 hours and 21 minutes. The Dragons didn't get on the board until the fourth inning of game number 2. After being shut out in game number 1, Zion Bolin lined a 2-run double down the left field line. That scored a pair, and Hutch had a 2-0 lead. Miguel Reyes went out for the 5th, walked 3, and then plunked a batter to tie it up. The Dragons took a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 5th when Zane Schmidt hit a solo home run, his league-leading 17th of the year. That made it 3-2. Zach Philbin gave up a leadoff walk in the 6th. That walk came around to score. We're tied at 3-3. Philbin threw a perfect 9th. And then the Blue Dragons in the bottom of the 7th get a single from Reitz. Logan Sartori reached on an error by shortstop Jose Caraballo. Zane Schmidt couldn't advance the runners on a fly out to shallow center. And Riley Metzger hits a seeing-eye single up the middle that just clipped the bag, and it jumped over the glove of Caraballo. That allowed Reitz to score from second with the walk-off. Hutchinson's second walk-off win of the year. And the Blue Dragons win it 4-3. Again, Zach Philbin, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 run, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Miguel Reyes Jr. goes 4 2/3 innings, allows just 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He struck out 5, but walked 5, and it was the 5 walks that were his undoing. Offensively for the Blue Dragons, 2 hits by Zane Schmidt, including a home run, 2 hits from Riley Metzger, 2 hits from Ryan Moritz. Zion Bolin had a double and 2 RBIs, but the big RBI from Riley Metzger, and the Dragons win it 4-2. So the series shifts to Brett Gould Field and Liberal. Seward Video will take care of the broadcast out there. And my good buddy Brock Kappelman will be on the call, and he is one of the best in the business. You'll enjoy listening to him. So the Dragons get the split, lose 7-0 in 9 innings in game number 1, win game 2 4-3 on a Riley Metzger walk-off single. That's going to do it. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. We'll be back with you again for Blue Dragon Baseball on Tuesday when the Barton Cougars are in for a non-conference game. That'll be the spring fling night, and that'll be a lot of fun down here. So come on down for a single 9-inning game at 5 o'clock and enjoy a little Blue Dragon Baseball. Until then, Steve Carpenter from Hobart-Detter Field reminding you today's final scores. Seward wins the first game 7-0 in 9. The Dragons rally to even the series at 1-1 with a 4-3 walk-off win in game number 2. Until then, Steve Carpenter. So long, everybody.